Hi guys, so we're going to do some volume problem solving questions. The first one is just some L-shaped prisms, which basically mean if you're going to find the volume of this prism, you just need to split this L shape first of all into rectangles, just like we did when we did area questions. That means you're going to have to work out the measurements, the size of each of your L shape, find the area, and then you're going to multiply it by 12 to turn it into a volume. So if I look at the whole width along the bottom as 15, if I know this width here is 6 because that's the same as that measurement there, then I know the width of this other rectangle is just 15 subtract 6, so I know that measurement's 9, that measurement's 6. If I then do the same thing but with the height, I know the height of this full rectangle is 16. I know that this height here is 7, so if I subtract that 7, it gives the height of this little rectangle as 9, which means for this rectangle I'm going to do 9 times 6, which is 54. For this bigger rectangle I'm going to do 9 times 16, that's going to give me 144. So that means in terms of the L shape, okay, the area of the L shape is 144 plus 54. So that's the green area that I've got there. All I then need to do to turn it into the volume of the whole prism is multiply it by how deep the shape is. So I'm just going to multiply that answer by 12. So we've got 144 plus 54 times by 12 gives me 2,376. And it's centimetres cubed because it's a volume. So just remember, split the L shape up into rectangles, find the area of each rectangle, add them together, and then times it by 12. Just remember, if you're going to type it in all at once, you can do, but don't forget the brackets. Otherwise, your calculator will follow big maths and do the multiplication part first. Right, if I look at the next one, we're finding the missing lengths, given that these prisms have the same volume. So what that means is, if I work out the volume of one, I can put it equal to the other. Now this, first of all, is a trapezium. And we know the formula for a trapezium is to add together the two parallel sides. So I do 4 add 8. I times it by the distance between, which is 5. And then I half it. So add the parallel sides, times by the distance, and half it. That would give me the area of the yellow trapezium. I'm then going to multiply that by 16 to get me the volume of this first prism where we know all the information. Now you can type it in exactly as you've got it written there. So I've got 4 plus 8 times 5 over 2, and then I'm going to times the whole thing by 16. So you can just type it in one go. You get an answer of 480 centimetres cubed. So I know that is the volume of this prism. Now if these prisms have the same volume, I'm now going to work out the volume of this one. So for a cuboid, I literally multiply the three sides together. So I know if I do 10 times 6 times L, I should get a volume of 480. So I've got 10 times 6 is 60. So 60 times something is 480. So all I need to do is divide by 60. So if I do 480 divided by 60, I'm going to get that L must be 8 centimetres. And that's it. You've found the missing length. We're going to do the same idea on the next one, but this one's got a triangular prism and a cuboid that have the same volume. So on this one, if I was going to find the volume of a triangular prism, I find the area of the triangle, so that's base times height and half it, so that'll give me the orange triangle. I'm then going to times it by 18 to get the volume of the whole shape. So I've got 10 times 6 is 60, half of 60 is 30, and if I times that by 18, I get 540 centimetres cubed. So that's my volume of this triangular prism. That volume has to be the same for this shape. So for a cuboid, remember, you just multiply the three lengths together. So 12 times 5 gives me 60. So I've got 60 times something gives me 540. So if I do 540 and I divide it by 60, I get that my missing length must be 9 centimetres. Okay, now we won't have enough time to get onto the task in example 4, so I'm not going to go through that today. We will do that next lesson. But what I will say is the first 5 people who can message me on Show My Homework with the word elephant, okay, I will arrange chocolates when we're back in school. Thanks, guys.